Katie fucked up. Fucked up again, apparently. Fucked my mic. Or my camera. Good morning. Welcome. Slurmy, I hope you start feeling better, Honeybean. Usually it's a bundle of laughs when Knives and Vis and I play games. We're kind of idiots. So hopefully it'll give you at least a giggle. Because, like, just the sheer amount of times we fly off cliffs or just jump off cliffs or die off cliffs. It's a lot. It's a lot. But of course, for days, I've been reminding myself, download Borderlands 3. Download Borderlands 3. You should download Borderlands 3 because we're going to beat Borderlands pre-sequel. And so what I did, I downloaded Borderlands 3 like a good little streamer. But guess what I didn't download? The fucking pre-sequel, the literal one we're playing. I know. I feel like such a dumbass. I'm like feeling good. I'm like, I've got all my games downloaded. I had Control. All my cloud saves are working since the computer bricked. And I literally wake up this morning and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't download the literal game we're in the middle of right now. So, yeah, I'm your streamer, best in the world, obviously. Just doing great. What up, Knives? I know. That's the killer, because Borderlands 3 is huge. Borderlands 3 is like 90 gigs or something, right? 95 gigabytes. That's how big Borderlands 3 is. It's fucking huge. So that thing took like an overlay. Like, I think downloading that told my brain, like, oh, I downloaded all of them. Because it took so long. I didn't, though. It's the biggest in the series for no reason. Really? Oh, bless you, Cocky. Thank you. What is on my... Oh, that's a horn. Hi. I didn't look at you. I looked at what you left on my carpet. Hi, Bubba. Good morning. How are you doing? Good. He's been very cuddly today, and I don't know why. That gave me a laugh. Hell yes. See? That's what I'm saying. If anything, the failures of others we can laugh at. Hi. Good morning. What? What are you looking for, bud? We're just gonna hang out. I don't even know I don't think I've played Borderlands 3. I don't even recognize the character names. I know. I always hug my baby. I think he hears Zeke waking up. The other ones. This is her couch now. She has adopted this. That's hers now. What up, Sky? I hope you're doing well, Honeybean. The only other game that comes close is Tiny Tina's Wonderland at 50 gigabytes. Damn. And Tiny Tina's, I played a little bit of Tiny Tina's. Tiny Tina's is like, it's like a, what's the word? It's like a D&D campaign, right? It's supposed to be played as a group, and it's kind of like progressive. That's the word I was looking for. Excuse me. I don't know who Craig is. Who's Craig? If it's a character in one of the ones we've played, none of us have played Krieg, so I don't know Krieg yet. I don't think. Which one's Krieg? If you think about it, the story of Excalibur was a fairy tale told by security specialists. It's a story about not being able to pull the sword from the stone unless you are the next king. In other words, you couldn't get Excalibur unless you were properly authorized. Authorized. God damn, where do you come up with this shit? That's a good one. Good morning, Leaf. Oh, he's a DLC character for BL2, so then I didn't have him. That makes sense. Okay, you're in Tornado Watch? Fuck, dude, the wind is really strong here. Like, I can take a little bit of wind, doesn't really bother me, but when it's so strong and weirdly fierce that I can just hear it outside, kind of makes me anxious. I don't know, it's weird. It gives me like this creepy, crawly skin feeling that I don't like. And I don't know, it's weird. My list is about to end. I just wanted to put it on a list that's not going to end. Krieg is a psycho character, has a crush on the siren from BL2. Who doesn't have a crush on the sirens? Good lord. time to beat the mods again. Your go live just got posted because we suck. You do not suck. I mean, arguably, you guys work pretty fucking hard considering. I appreciate you. The Psycho character. Yeah, I don't know him. The film destroyed me when I watched it in uni. Wait, which one? Wait, which film? Wait, which one? I missed it. Spellings. Oh my god, yeah. Last night. Yesterday was Glutt's birthday. If you didn't get a chance to wish him happy birthday, make sure to be annoying about it. Last night he chose 2 Ghibli movies for us. He chose Grave of the Fireflies and The Boy and the Heron for his birthday. It was... I've only seen Grave of the Fireflies once ever in my life. I actually own it on DVD. I own The Boy and the Heron too. I own it on DVD. I've only ever seen it once ever in my life. And it hit exactly the same way last night. Just as horrific. It's such a beautiful movie. Like, do not get me wrong. It's one of the most beautiful movies, and I highly suggest everybody watch it at least once. But man, what an emotional... But, like, if you didn't get to stick around for the extra features, like, well, not extra features. I call it extra features. I was saying this to Glut last night. I really loved physical media of DVDs and stuff because of extra features. Like, I lived for extra features. I love behind-the-scenes stuff. Like, you guys know, I'll go off about, like, Dark Crystal and shit like that. I know how many puppeteers ran each Skeksis. Like, I love that stuff. And Glut found this channel on YouTube that goes down and breaks down anime. Like, a lot of animation in general. And it broke down, like, the... kind of the story of Hayao Miyazaki and the creation of these movies and stuff like that. And that just, like, I love that stuff. It makes them so much better. And I miss DVDs they don't have that kind of stuff anymore. We don't get that. You know, all we have is streaming services. We get no extra features. We get no bloopers. We get nothing. And I really miss that stuff a lot. Good morning, Berserker. How are you, love? I work with 3-year-olds. Oh, I know. I saw the chat. Like, I mean, I have 2 dead siblings, my dudes. I'm not taking that movie very well either. Still a beautiful movie, but holy fuck my emotions. It's not easy for anyone to watch. I don't think anyone has a great time, but it's a beautiful movie. Like, like, if you got to watch any of the special features, like I'm sorry I keep calling them special features, the YouTube that Glut showed us afterwards, it really goes in the history of, like, this is literally what Hayao lived. Like, this is the exact story. Like, he lived through this horrible, horrible period of time. And I think it's important to remember history and remember how horrible it was, lest we repeat it. And that's literally what the YouTube guy says as well. So it is important to see stuff like that. But also, like, I don't think you have to torture yourself and watch it every night, lest you become numb like God. Me too. I loved extra features. It was so, like, literally, I know I talk about Dark Crystal too much, but Dark Crystal extra features were so cool. They literally went into all the construction of the puppets and the scenery and how many people... Oh, Craig, he's the psycho. I know Craig, yeah. He's a psycho. I get it. I remember him now. I just had to look at him. The tree jizz is attacking my eyeballs. Same. Tree jizz is all over the place. It wasn't malicious. I had a good time. I really liked him. What did you think of The Boy and the Heron? I didn't want to say, like, I didn't want to put any predisposed notions about the movie. It's not nearly as heart-wrenching, in my opinion, as Grave of the Fireflies. It's still fucking horror. Like, it's still sad. But that's kind of an ongoing theme in Ghibli, I feel like. They've got a lot of sad themes or surrounding, like, kids surviving kind of, like, extraordinary circumstances. Exactly. That's a good way of putting it, Glenn. It was really good, just not as impactful as the other movies, but still good. Like, it's still beautifully done. I live for Ghibli. Like, everything they do just looks like a living watercolor. I'm still downloading the game, so it's taking me a minute to load anything, because I'm an idiot. Understandable, Cocky. Understandable. The video adds a lot of poignant context, so I love it. The context, everything. I mean, I love the movie to begin with. I love it. It's a beautiful movie. It's, you know, it's not like one that I'm like, I love dead kids. That's my favorite theme. No, it's just a beautiful movie, and Ghibli movies in general are just fucking stunning. What up, Saber? How are you, love? Apparently, Miyazaki has a very bleak look on life for a while, and his movies were to bring a bit of positivity in the world, or at least I think I read that somewhere. 100%, yes. He, like, lived through war times Japan and shit. He had a horrible childhood, and a lot of his movies are trying to make sense of that, or retelling the story through the eyes of his fantasy, like, he's trying to create, like, the world he wants in a lot of his movies, like the kindness of people and stuff. The videos we specifically watched, Grave and The Boy and The Heron last night. The video that we watched, like, the Film Joy video, it's still not loading. We're not in BL3, but when we jump into it, yes. I was talking about that last weekend. I was pretty sure you said you wanted to jump into BL3 with us. We're not in it yet. That's why I'm, like, that was my fuck up this morning, Crispy. That was my big dum-dum. For days now, Vissy and Knives have been reminding me, download BL3 because we're probably going to beat pre-sequel today. We're probably going to beat pre-sequel today. And Borderlands 3 is huge, like 95 gigs. So of course I downloaded it, felt real good about myself. Didn't re-download the fucking pre-sequel since the computer brick. Cause I'm an idiot? I don't know. I think the 95 gigs made me feel like, yeah, I did it. That's a huge, no. I know. I know. So we're just waiting on that to re-download. The should be fine. Like all my cloud saves and everything have been fine. I didn't do it. But yes, of course. Yeah, last Sunday we did what was it? Side Quest Sunday, because we were just disgustingly out-leveled by the end, or not the end boss, but by the main mission, essentially. I don't know if I think we're pretty close. I don't know. Again, haven't played it, so no spoilers. I think we're pretty close to beating this one, and that's why we wanted to download the third one, and like get right into it. And I did the backwards, because I'm a fucking idiot. I know. I'm kicking myself. I'm like, literally, I could have just not gone live and waited for it, but I was like, fuck that. We'll just talk for a couple hours and wait for it to be done. Fucking asshole. I didn't care for the characters too much in BL3. A few were cool. That's kind of how I feel about the characters in this one. Vissy's character probably says like, some cute shit, but there's so little fun dialogue in this one. I find, like, the pre-sequel, there's not as much, like, Jack is the most interesting character, and you really only deal with him when you're doing the end mission, like, the main mission of the story, but, like, I feel like there's no side quest character in this game that has stood out to me in a pre-sequel. Am I forgetting someone? I don't think so. It's been really fun, like, I like the gliding and shit like that, but there's no, like, it doesn't have that, character that the other ones have. Oh, no shit, you're only 2 levels behind the main mission? Fuck yeah, we'll get there. I think we're only 1 level now. I want to say we're pretty close. Like, we're, like, on it. And we were struggling to find side quests that would even level us at all. Like, we're just not leveling because all of our side quests are, like, level 9 and we're level 20-something. The Wub Wub song was cute, but that was about it. I promise to only swear on voice as much as you do. Cunt. Great. Prepare your ears. I'm foul. It's weird that I like the characters in the Telltale Borderlands game more than the actual game. Which one? What characters are in it? I haven't played the Telltale either. Vissy's character in this one is a lot of dialogue lines tie into her BL2, and I think that's why she actually has fun dialogue and stuff, whereas I feel like my character has none. My character doesn't say anything ever. Like, I'm glad I played her. I'm glad I played Athena or whatever. I'm glad I played something outside of the Siren. This is the most boring character I've ever played in my life. Like, I hate my super. That shield thing is, meh, whatever. It's just boring. It doesn't feel fun. I don't know. She just seems... I think we're well caught up. I mean, literally, we couldn't find quests our level. So I think, I mean, if anything, like do you remember how many levels we were under the boss when we tried it the original time and we were like, you know, basically just trying to keep one person alive at a time as we all rotated in and like chipped away at him? I'm playing, I know. And Claptrap's just as annoying as ever. He just says the same shit. Like, I don't know. The characters in this one just don't. It's a fun game, but it's just, like, Jack is genuinely the most interesting character in the entire thing. Which, like, you know, all the other games we talk about, like Mr. Torg and Tiny Tina and, like, all of these Moxie, like, characters that are quintessential to the story that we remember because they have character. I feel like nothing in this one does. It's just kind of like we're just going around clearing missions so we can get back to Jack, because Jack is the most interesting thing. Control is incredible. I love it. I played it years ago. I want to say like a year or two ago. I played Control. I didn't play the DLC, and then realized that Control is part of a much bigger universe, which is why we're playing the whole series again. But it's been so long since I played Control, I've forgotten a lot of it. It's really weird, actually. I was thinking about this last night, because, like, you guys know, I do puzzles. I'm smart. It's whatever. But, like, of all the things in that game that I remember, I tend to remember the puzzles. Like, I'll be going around and I don't recognize anything, and then we come upon a puzzle, I'm like, oh, I fucking remember this, and I just whip through the puzzle real quick. Of all the things for my brain to actually remember out of that game, brains are weird. Cheers. I ground up the last of this one last night. This is what's in my bowl. It's grape gasoline, and it fucking stinks, dude. I ground it up last night, and I literally, like, went to go put it in front of Zeke's face, and I got it here, and he goes, that reeks. I was like, okay, yeah. I was just gonna ask him if it stinks, because it fucking stinks. That is some stinky fucking weed. I haven't seen the Borderlands movie. Most, like, I would say most, if not every cell in my body is screaming, don't watch that movie, it looks fucking horrible. But what we were talking about is maybe watching it in movie night when we're done with the whole Borderlands series, and hate watching it together as a group. Because we're all big Borderlands fans. I think there's not many gamers in the world that aren't, like, at least somewhat familiar with the Borderlands series. And I, like, as a group, hate watching it together. I think we'll feel better than me just watching it by myself with this face for 2 hours. Like, oh, it's hurting me. Like, no shit, Gun. If you haven't heard Vissy talk about her absolute disdain for this movie, her hate watching it with us isn't, like, that will be a show in itself. I'm really hoping Vissy can make it when we hate watch it together in the movie night, because I genuinely just, she'll be so mad. Like, it's so fucked up, right? That, like, my best friend's anger makes me laugh, but, like, her fury towards it is so entertaining to me. I'm angry at it too, but, like, it's her BioShock, you know? Like, BioShock is that's my game. Like, that is my shit. If they made a series or anything out of that, I would be on that like flies on shit. Bitching about it, probably, and that's Viss with Borderlands. But man, I don't think there's anyone that's watched that Borderlands movie or even seen a trailer from it and thought, yeah, they did it. I don't think that's happened yet. Has anyone seen it and been like, okay, yeah, that fits? Because I genuinely don't think so. I know, Gun, no shit. I have to wait. That's the problem. I have to wait for The Last of Us 2 to come out on PC, and I think the fucking show's gonna come out first, so I'm just gonna have to be like, don't talk to me about it. Like, I'm literally gonna have to throw the bar down, because I've been told I cannot watch the second season until I play the second game. Spoilers, and I don't want that at all. But yeah, I know we have an alert for it, Glut. I don't remember what the alert is, but I want to say it comes out in April. How am I going to dodge spoilers? It's kind of a cheat code. So how do I explain this? My mods are hungry. And if I'm like, hey, I'd like no spoilers for this, I feel like at least half my mods are like, Just waiting for it. Just fucking ravenous to slap someone in the face for being an idiot when I ask very kindly, no spoilers. It's great to have good friends. That's it. I know we had a command for it, I just don't remember. You know what, actually, Zach's PS5 is under my computer. I probably could play it on PS5, I just realized. Because I hate the PlayStation controller, though. Oh, is it worth it? Wait. A Dorito and cottage cheese? Nobody does that. They're trying to start something. That's like Pilk. They're trying to do it. Well, and that's the thing. I don't watch shows as they come out. I watch them once they're completely out. And it's not because I binge an entire show at one time. Most of the time. Sometimes I do. But I don't like being cock-blocked. Like, I hate it. I can't stand it. And if I have to wait a week for the show to come out, guaranteed I will forget what the fuck happened last week. Too much happens within 6 days. I have blanked that show now, so I can watch it at my own pace. Like, if I feel like I need to jump to the next episode immediately to understand the story or see where it's going, I can, but I don't have to. I very much enjoy when a series is just dropped like that. I don't do the week-by-week watch. I did binge The Penguin. I thought it was well done. I heard not good reviews of it. I thought it was well done. I think, did a great job as the Penguin. Colin Farrell. I think he did such a good job. I was blown away. I was shocked because I'm usually the cynical cunt. And everyone around, like I think Zeke didn't like it. A couple people around me that were like video game or comic people did not enjoy it. And I think that's because it wasn't fantasticalized like the Penguin from Tim Burton. But if you go back in the comics or like you read the origin story of Penguin, he's actually quite basic. He just like liked birds. He doesn't have the most fantastical, magical story of, having penguins and stuff. Boom. Thank you, Glut. If you decide to play PS5 version, before you start the game, you will need to delete Zeke's. Oh. That's smart. Yep. I just hate PlayStation controllers. It's it. I just literally had to recently use one when Zach and I played Split Fiction. My PC bricked, so we played it on PlayStation, which is still under my desk, and I was just miserable. I just don't like that controller. It's just really uncomfortable. And my hands, I feel like I'm crawling all over it all the time to find the buttons. I don't know. I'm just really used to this, I think. I'm just very, very accustomed to my Xbox controller that I get really thrown off. And I don't, I hate that they have, how do you say this? Controls that match. So, for instance, when the game says, press X, I will not stop pressing this button. But on a PlayStation, X is this. So it takes me, hours just to, get in it, to figure out what the fuck I'm doing on a controller. I started The Pit. Oh my god, fatal. I've only seen 2 episodes because I haven't had the courage to get back into it. I've talked about it a few times. That is, and I don't say this lightly, and you know this, I do not say this lightly by any means, that is the most realistic medical show I've ever seen in my life. In the first episode, they make a very big deal about how we don't shock a dead heart, which is what every fucking medical show / movie has done for the fucking history of media. Oh my god, there's no pulse, better shock it. That's not what you do, and the fucking Pit did it right. But it's so real. If you haven't seen The Pit, the way that the show is designed is each episode is 1 hour, similar to that show 24. But it's a 12-hour shift, that's it. It's one shift it's a shift in an ER, and it goes by hour. It is so real. I bawled. I wailed the first 2 episodes, and I literally had to tell Zeke to turn it off. I was like, it's so well done, but I have literally actually lived every scenario I've seen in this show so far, and it's fucking ruining me. It's tearing my soul out of my body. This is why I got out of that career, because it is rough, man. It is so rough. No, Tammy. We need to make an altar to Deb. I mostly do the week-by-week thing with anime just because I watch a bunch of different ones at once. That makes sense. And if it's a series that you've been into forever, like an anime series or something like that, I feel like it's not like you're going to forget it within a week. I'd have to rewatch the show. April 3rd, and it'll be the second game will be available on Steam. It is April 3rd. I knew it. Yes. TLOU 2. That's perfect. When does the show come out? They must come out pretty close, right? The heart? If your heart stops, compressions. If anyone's heart stops or you don't sense a pulse, compressions, period. Period. The paddles, the shock, that is quite literally the medical version of, have you tried turning it on and off again? So if you're using paddles on something that's already off, what are you doing? It's literally like, imagine your PC is off and you just keep trying to turn it off again. Like, you can't. That's what the paddles do on a dead heart. So every show that's ever done that before has completely, it made itself irrelevant to me. You didn't even bother to ask one human being what those paddles do? For the history of media? Okay. It's IT and healthcare. Obviously it's different because it's a human body versus a computer, but it's very similar in terms of that. And I love using those terms because it really hits home when I tell people, like, it's the have you tried turning it on and off again? If your heart stops, we need to get it beating again. If your heart goes into a weird rhythm, we shock it and literally kill you. We stop your heart. We medically put you into death with the prayer that your brain will kick it back into a normal rhythm. That's what shocks are for. Period. Period. If you ever see someone shock someone, they go, no pulse, get the shocks, turn it off. Please do it for me. Turn it off. This show's not worth it. Nothing's real. It just bothers me because I feel like everyone in the world knows someone who's in touch with the medical world. It's so, I think, at least most people. And if you're going to use billions of dollars to make a show or a movie, you think you'd ask a nurse. Ask somebody. Fuck. The receptionist in the ICU would know what the paddles do better than you. Fuck. Cheers. Oh, I didn't cheers. Oh, I've left my bowl in the kitchen. That's what I was going to go grab. One moment. Got him. Excuse me. Today would have been my parents' 57th anniversary. Damn. Is taking a shit a RAM dump? Isn't RAM memory? I feel like taking a shit is like clearing your cookies. Or like clearing invalid devices or whatever. Right? I'm pulling it out. I don't know. What else do you like? Is it the recycle bin? I don't empty my recycle bin that often. I probably should, though. Lighter. Cheers. Hacking on TV. I've thought the same thing, Fatal. Like, the paddles, for one thing, just to get this off the top, paddles don't exist. I've never seen them in my life. Those are like, literally, I think they buy them off eBay or whatever for movies because we don't use them in hospitals anymore at all. We have two giant stickers we stick right here, and then we clip little wires into them, and that does it all for us. So that's just one thing. Whenever you see paddles in a modern setting, immediately check out. That's not real. We don't have those anymore. But on top of that, like, what kills me is I'm almost positive that people in the media or people making movies, shows, etc., they add paddle shit because a heart has stopped, very dangerous situation, and it adds like drama. And they, for some reason, I don't understand, it's the one thing they think is the coolest thing you can do. Like, I know that's why they keep doing it. They're like, oh, it's so scary, it's so cool, people love to see the shocks. They have, just be a fly on a room for one code. There's at least 100 other things that are happening in that room that are much more visceral, exciting, and disgusting than the shocks. For fuck's sake. Like like one time when I had to yank our 11 pints of blood out of someone's lungs because the doctor fucking perfed their carotid while intubating them. 13. It was 13. If you were here during that time, we had those pints literally lined up in a windowsill. It was one of the most horrifying moments of my life. We had 3 respiratory therapists, each with 2 yank hours in someone's mouth, sucking blood. That shit exists. And yet they're like, this is the best we can do. A fucking IO, an interosteo IV. We literally have a medical drill that we drill into your shin bone if we can't get IV access. It's horrid. It's literally like I'm at the head intubating and all of a sudden I hear ring, ring, and they're fucking drilling IVs into people's shin bones. But no, boom, boom, that's the best you can do. You've never asked. Like, that's all I can come up with. You've never done any research. You've never asked. Or you're asking a nurse who quit in the 80s and hasn't been in the industry for so many years that they still talk in terms of paddles. I have no idea. It just drives me crazy because there's so much more that happens that is gross and wild. Like, for instance, I'm sure a lot of you have heard or someone has said along the lines of, oh yeah, when they do a C-section, they pull all your guts out and put it on a table next to you and pull the baby out. No. Absolutely not. It is so much more horrifying than that. So much more horrifying than that. That who the fuck believes that your guts are just free floating in you like a sack we can move? What the fuck is going on with general science education? Like, your intestines aren't just like a free flowing system. They're connected to your back via a material called mesentery in a very specific way. You don't cut someone open and things just fall out. What the fuck? It's just like, I don't understand. Like, this isn't stuff that it took years of college for me to learn. This is just like basic human anatomy. But C-sections are fucking horrific. We cut a hole about this big and then 2 surgeons sit on either side and rip you open because apparently you heal better along a rip line. So if you've ever seen a pregnant woman laying on a table and there's a sheet separating her face from her belly and then 2 people are doing this, rocking her entire torso back and forth to tear her open. And then they use a hot scalpel to cut the womb open and release the baby from the actual amniotic sac. And it smells like burnt hair and bacon. But no one talks about that. They're like, oh, they took my guts out and put them on a table. No, they didn't. Shut up. The shin drill, Rod, no shit. The shin drill is one of the things that hit me the worst because I didn't know it was happening. Like, I literally in an ICU, I'm not kidding. This is a real story. I'm at the head of the bed where I stand behind the person's head and you intubate like this, and I'm securing the tube and everything. And in an emergency, like in the ICU, in an ICU room, I hear a drill. And I'm like, what the fuck is a drill doing in and they're drilling into people's shin bones and plugging IVs into them like fucking the Matrix. And when you remove the IO, and I'm not even kidding, it's so not that dramatic, but it fucks with me. When you have to remove the IO, there's a little bleep blood fountain every time. But no, let's paddle shock people because that does things. It is, and it's also one of the most magical things I've ever experienced in the world, Viata, and I'm sure you can speak to that. Like, there is no other instance in the world where you'll be in a room with 3 people, and then all of a sudden there's 4. That is wild. Like, there is genuinely nothing else like that in the world, but it is also one of the most traumatic, horrible, fucking visceral things I've ever experienced in my life. And none of it has to do with setting your guts on a table. What the fuck? Do they have a duct tape depth guide on the bit? We use those a lot to get an instruction. It looks like, I don't know, you'll know the name of the thing I'm talking about because you worked construction. You know that plastic thing that will be on screws sometimes that, like, when you screw the screw into the wall, it opens and separates? That plastic thing? That's on the drill. So it's got like a predestined depth it can go. and then it literally looks like a faucet. I don't know. It's like, and then you take the drill off, and it's a little plastic O-ring right there that's just direct access, and you plug the IV into it, like an audio cord. It's gnarly, dude. Gnarly, but it's drywall anchor. Yep, it looks like that, but essentially that's what it does. So the drywall anchor can only go exactly as far as a shin is, because we don't have meat on our shins, so there's not like variable depth, which I think is a large reason why they do that. I'm grinding weed, Miss Ma'am. I know, she's always there. Always creeping, always watching. Childbirth is beautiful and fucking gnarly, man. Fucking gnarly, but beautiful. Do you need a snuggle? I was gonna load a bowl, but we can have a snuggle, Miss Ma'am. Hi. You doing okay? They always act like they jump up on me like, we haven't snuggled in days. You sleep up against my body all night. We're literally never not touching. Yeah. And then there's my poor boy. My sweet, sweet boy. It's been 84. Every time she always acts like, oh my God, it's been so long. And I'm like, Miss Ma'am, we sleep together. We wake up together. You're never not touching me, sweet girl. I love them. But in the movies, when they get hit in the gut with a sword, I mean, you might have some bloody shit pour out. But your intestines, nothing, I mean, man, I don't need to say that. You guys are smarter than that. Things aren't fucking free floating in your body. How would that even work? How could we literally be like, yeah, your liver's here if it free floated? I think media ruined people's brains. Probably in more ways than one. Because, like, I'm not the first to admit that as a youth, I totally thought hacking was some crazy, like, screensaver looking screen with a skull, and I just had to mash my keyboard until that skull went away and I could hack the world. Also, I thought quicksand was going to be a bigger deal as an adult. It's not. This game is almost done. It's so slow. You're going so slow. It's probably because I'm live, but I didn't want to not be live. Your liver's like around here-ish, but if you sneeze, it goes here. Can you imagine? I remember one kid in high school had bent shins and walked around with a bunch of rods sticking out of his legs like it was nothing. I always respect him. Dude, that shit's gnarly. That's, a lot of people that are born pigeon-toed have a surgery like that done where they just have, like, pins sticking out of their legs. It's wild. I know, right? I know. Gun, when you say it out loud like that, it truly does sound crazy. But it's what media has led us to believe for years and years, that when you cut someone open, everything spills out like a sack of goo. Which... So your intestines won't spill out of my abdominal wall slash? Wild. I know. That's why our lungs are up in our chest. They're full of air, so they're light and floaty. 100%, yep. Yeah, and the things that are full of fluids and stuff are lower down because they're heavier, very much so. Did you know that you have 3 lobes on one side and you only have 2 lobes on the other? They really did go out of their way to convince us quicksand and everyone, 100%, quicksand was going to be a huge deal. I don't know why. Like, that was just something as a child, I, like, literally would think for many hours, like, how am I going to deal with it if I end up in quicksand? Like, I feel like this is something that I'm going to have to run into. Oh my God, Viata. You know, she's probably a tenured professor getting paid bank right now. That's the fucking... All the little nurses she taught are out there making, like, barely minimum wage. And that cunt's out there like, did you know when you go to sleep, your lungs collapse? And the first thing in the morning, if you listen really carefully and you take a deep breath, you can hear all your alveoli pop back open. Pop, 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 pop. I don't know. Ask Katie's teacher, fucking dumbass. Not you, the teacher. My God, that's a real thing a professor of mine said in college. A professor I had to pay $5,000 for a class told that to my entire class, and I called her out on it. That's not real. What? That's called death. Just in case you were wondering. And now I'm thinking of the scene in a book, Jurassic Park, when the raptor drops down and slices the dude across the middle. It's in everything. It's in, like, so much media. But genuinely, look up the word mesentery. It is a very special connective tissue that keeps all of your intestines and everything in the correct spot against the back of your abdominal wall. It's not just noodles, but I don't know why we all thought that. Mesentery? Oh God. M-E-S-S-E-N-T-A-R-Y? Mesentery? I haven't spelt it in a while. One S. M-E-S-E-N-T-E-R-Y. Mesentery. The mesentery is a fold of membrane that attaches the intestines to the wall of the stomach area and holds it in place. Fucking bitches! You're not just a sack of guts! I'm fine. It's fine. I don't blame you. None of us have had accurate, good human anatomy. It just is like, media perpetuates the dumb, I feel, heavily. It's very depressing. Because it's way more interesting. The real thing is far more interesting than what they feed you on media. It's very sad. We're a sack. We're sacks within sacks within sacks. Like, almost every one of our organs even has its own unique sac around it. Pericardial sac, etc. Like, we've got all sorts of sacks. We're very sacky on the inside. No shit, that's very real. Lots of sacks going on. Lots of things connecting things together. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're Russian nesting sacks. Oh my God, we super are, though. No shit. You have so many different sacks over different things and organs protecting them from, like, it's crazy. It's true. Like, you have two sacks on your head. One's hard and one's soft. Pia mater, dura mater. It's actually pronounced mater, but in case you want to go look it up. Pia, P-I-A, pia mater is the soft layer that covers the brain. Dura mater is like a harder, kind of leathery layered sack that is over that. Like, we've got sacks on sacks on sacks. It's pretty cool. Bodies are wild. I remember reading in X-Force while Wolverine is interrogating a dude. He mentions how the worst part of his healing factor is when his tummy gets cut open and the skin heals around his intestines, so he has to recut himself. Oh my God, that's fucking horrifying. What up, BDO? We totally are nesting sausages. Would the cochlea be considered a sac since it's got a tube filled with fluid? I guess technically it is technically a tube sac. It's not like, I mean, it's, yeah, I'd go with yeah. Yeah, because it's protecting the chemoreceptors. I was thinking, like, the sacs on sacs I was thinking of are just, like, sacs on sacs, like, around organ systems to protect them or create their own interstitial fluid area. But, like, that's totally chemoreceptors in there. No, that makes sense. Chemoreceptors are what tell us what's up and down, just if you were wondering. If you ever got, like, vertigo or something, those are fucked up. That's what's happening. It's pretty wild. We're literally sacs on sacs. It's kind of interesting. My sacs! Does that make your lungs hacky sacks when you're, your pericardials? I mean, your, yeah. Oh my God, we do have hacky sack lungs when we're, how have I never made that joke? God damn it. Well, that's infuriating. I've never made that joke and I'm sad about it. Damn. Well, you can't win them all. Good morning, Vissy Love. I guess a cochlear implant would be a sac piercing then. Yeah. Yeah, because doesn't it's like there's an implant here and then the thing magnets onto it, right? That's a sac piercing right there. If you think about it, kind of, no. An ablation is a little bit of a sac piercing. An ablation's like a sac branding of the sac, if you will. Because it's a hot knife needle. Since the sausage is mashed up in a meat tube, would we eat when we eat a sausage, are we now the tube? I mean, absolutely. Any protostome, yes. And the reason I say that is because we have a two-way digestive system, i.e. one way in, one way out. Is that a one-way digestive system or two-way, one? One way in, one way out versus deuterostomes like jellyfish and sea anemones and shit. They eat with their butthole and or shit with their mouth, whichever way you'd like to look at it. So they aren't technically, they're a sac. We're a tube. Deuterostomes, sacs. Just sacs. Happy 420 and cheers. My nurse friend, I mean, no shit. Nurses are some of the funniest people I've ever met, but their sense of humor, you never know it until you see them out of the workplace because we're all just so wrapped up in what we're doing and, you know, keeping people alive. Weird. That we don't really joke around much at work. It's when you leave work. Like I've told you guys, there's a common, like, it's not a saying, but it's like a mythos among medical workers that, like, if you get married or have a party or something like that, you cannot seat respiratory therapists at the same table. Because that table will become, like, the pariah of the party and no one will want to go near it because all we can do is start talking about what we've done at work, and it's the worst thing you can imagine. But we might end up making some dark sense of humor to survive that shit. I could see that happening. Wait, what kind of piercing are you getting? Strum, we're kind of coming to the realization that we as humans are just sacs on sacs on sacs. Like, we could even go so far. Like, you think about it, your largest organ in your body is your skin, which is itself a sac. We're just sacs on sacs on sacs. It's literally almost done. It's just like inching at the last 5 gigabytes. I'd say probably 10 minutes. It was going great until I went live. I don't know anyone with an eye tattoo and I wouldn't do it. I would never suggest any, and I love body modification. Like, hang yourself on meat hooks, get some rings on your neck and push your collarbone down. Like, do whatever you want to do. But don't do that. It's not, I mean, I'm sure you already know this, but for those that don't know, sclera tattoos are not tattoos. They're just injecting ink under the sclera. And so it's just free floating ink in there. And like, yeah, same. You tore the words out of my mouth, gun. I was going to say, like, it can look so badass. That being said, I fucking love eyesight. And risking it with a needle in my eye fucking freaks me out. I wouldn't. But to each their fucking own. I ain't here to judge, but that is one of the few things in the world I would absolutely say no. I would never suggest someone do that ever. Ever. It's not a tattoo. It's just injecting ink inside your eyeball. And I've dissected eyeballs before. We have to do this in school. It's not for funsies, although I totally would for funsies if you'd like to donate an eyeball. But we had to dissect eyeballs. Like, it's just going inside your eyeball, which is a very, very delicate atmosphere of pressures, of fluid, and you've got a very specific lens inside there there's just so much going on inside eyeballs that's very delicate and very specific that injecting ink into it just feels weird. Like, I don't see any pro to that. I don't see anything good coming out of it. I wouldn't risk it. Exactly. I'd do anything for love, but I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. Me, growing up asthmatic, seeing smokers, yeah, I'd try that, but I like breathing. You would be vexed. You would be shocked and appalled how many asthmatics I had that were, like, 3-pack-a-day smokers. I don't know why that happens. Like, I don't know. Also, cystic fibrosis. I don't know why. If it's, like, a general attitude of, I'm sick anyways, so fuck it. Or if there's something inherently in people with some like restrictive breathing disorders or obstructive breathing disorders that nicotine is extra attractive or something, or smoking is. I don't know. But I could tell you probably 9 out of 10 cystic fibrosis patients I ever had smoked cigarettes. Like, a lot. And you guys know what cystic fibrosis is. That shit's a death sentence. It's horrible. It's a horrible, horrible thing you're born with, and your life expectancy is not great. And it's just like pouring acid on the wound. Habits absolutely suck, and you guys know this. I know I don't judge addiction. It's definitely a mental thing. Like, addiction sucks, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. It's just the high rates of seeing it in people who already have a lung thing or had a predisposed lung thing and then picked up smoking. But like for instance, I had this patient who would come in, and I saw them regularly in the PFT lab, and they were a construction worker. So of course they lived in an environment where literally you can just smoke all day, every day, and no one's going to stop you because you're just standing outside. They were a sign person. They make bank, by the way, those sign people, because they're really high risk, just standing in traffic, but literally just smoke nonstop. I think I've kind of told you this story like as a joke before, but this was genuine. This was real. She would tell me her routine was wake up first thing in the morning, have a cigarette, one puff off the inhaler, walk to the barn, have another cigarette, puff the inhaler in the barn, hit her steroid inhaler, have another cigarette, and then she was good. And she did all of that before 6 a.m. And she had like a regime with it. And I've noticed that multiple times where people start working cigarettes into their health regime. And I'm like, interesting. I'm not judging, but what? Wonder where that came from. But addiction fucking sucks. Yeah, I don't judge that shit at all. That stuff sucks. General tat rules, no names, no matching tats unless they're super close, no face tats. I'd get a matching tat with my sister and Vissy. And maybe 3 other people in my whole life. Does it have to be your own eyeball or just any eyeball? Wait. Dissecting it? I mean, I dissected somebody else's. You know what? I think I remember their name. I just remembered that's wild. That it just like fucking intrusive thought just popped into my head. I remember their name. That's weird. That's super weird. We always know our cadavers' names, by the way. Cadavers are a person, and we always thank the person for the donation they have made to science, etc., etc. So when you are given a cadaver for your class for anatomy class, you are given a patient. That cadaver is your patient, and you always treat your patient with respect. And like sometimes the names stick, and I just remember the name of the eyeball I had. Weird. We got to dissect a sheep eyeball in science class. I got in trouble for bouncing the lens. Wait, the lens the jelly thing inside the eyeball bounced? What? What? I didn't know. No, they bounce. Oh my God, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous right now. We definitely did not get to fuck around with shit, so I didn't even see one boing. I got a random blessing. I smoked for years. Then one night 4 years ago, halfway through one, just got grossed out, put it out, and haven't had a desire. I've heard a lot of people who smoke cigarettes have a moment like that and don't give into it. They just go, oh, that's weird, and then they go right back to smoking. I'm proud of you. That's hard to do. It's literally, I've had heroin addicts tell me it's harder to quit smoking. Addiction sucks. Much like good hunters respect the life of the animal, the game just finished. Respecting life is a good thing, 100%. And like really, anyone willing to donate their body to science and to their organs to people who need them, who the fuck in their right mind wouldn't say thank you? Even if I'm not getting those organs, the fact that you have donated your body to a better cause to help people live a better life, that's beautiful. I will always be thankful of that. That's incredible. I mean, that's literally the ultimate sacrifice. Not sacrifice, but the ultimate gift, you know? I'm getting oh no shit, you're getting a cochlear implant in your right ear. I fell a few months ago and can't hear in my ear anymore. Oh my God, what? Bitch, I don't mean to be nosy, but how hard did you fall? Ow. I'm so happy you're okay. Jesus, I passed out and fell on my side. Oh my God. Oh, I'm just happy you're okay because that could have been something so much more serious. I mean, it sucks. It's your ear. Like, fuck. But Jesus, ouch. I hope everything goes well. I'm just glad you're okay. That's a really hard fall to do something like that. My fuck. No shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm happy I woke up after sleeping with a concussion and a subdural hematoma. Oh my fucking God. That's a brain bleed, by the way. Dude, I'm just so happy you're okay. That's fucking horrifying. Because the EMT didn't think I had a concussion. How? First off, EMTs are not meant to diagnose. EMTs are like on-the-go nurses. We don't diagnose either. I don't diagnose. I'm a respiratory therapist. Doctors diagnose. We follow through with orders. But like, damn. That's insane. You fall and pass out after hitting your head, and anybody in your vicinity says you don't have a concussion, and I need their head checked. No shit, Savage, same. Like, literally, anytime you fall, did you hit your head? We're checking for a concussion. We're scanning. You hit your head, that's nothing to fuck around with. Yep, I was an EMT before paramedic. I listened to Daddy and see ouchies, throw you in the ambulance. Yep. That's what I do too. Literally, that's what we do. We like, even like rad techs and shit, they're not allowed to read a radiology scan. The doctor has to read it. We can take them, but we can't read them to you. Like, there's so many things around that, which is, there's reasons because you can be wrong, and I've talked about that, but the liability we hold over our head, i.e. millions of dollars of liability, is in case we fuck up. But we don't want to fuck up. Obviously, that is bad. I literally had scabs on my head and ear, and he didn't think I had a concussion. He sounds like a fucking dumbass. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to say that lightly. I'm just glad you're okay. That's so stupid. Yeah, dude, Savage, literally exactly. Call it in her page. Hey, so, I've got red sputum. We're gonna do an EBIS, right? Yep, we're doing an EBIS. All right, let's go. Get into the lungs. Like, it's literally doctors run the world. That's literally most of the reason doctors are in inpatient is to write the orders and cover our asses so we can do our work. I'm just so glad you're okay, because that's a hard hit, dude. I'm waiting to get the bill and then show them the hospital record and say, hey, how much are you going to give me to make this go away? That's stunning elegance, and I love that. You know what's crazy? I don't know. I feel like I sound like a conspiracy theorist when I talk about this, but like, I think health insurance is a scam unless you have regular health problems that you need regular insurance constantly and you're actually using it all the time. Because, man, our bill from Zeke's emergency room from when the dog tried to bite his finger off was cheaper without health insurance than it would have been had we had health insurance, which is crazy. Like, exponentially cheaper. It's wild what they charge just to try to get insurance companies to cover anything because they're garbage. Some reason I still remember my military recruiter talking about cutting open a Beamer because the driver had mayo on his ear that looked like brain leakage. Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God. I'd probably shit my pants too. Fuck that. I wouldn't either, Knives. Jobs should be required. I think there was something that went on when I worked at Lowe's way back in the day that was like changed how that system worked. I have no idea how it works anymore, like the health insurance thing. But like, for instance, if I paid for health insurance out of pocket, it would be like $600 per person a month, which is wild. I have like catastrophic health insurance. I don't have like basic health insurance, so I pay for all my psych shit out of pocket. My psych meds with insurance were $360. Without insurance and just with a coupon from the interwebs, they're $40. Like, with my insurance company, it cost me $360 a month to stay sane. Without my insurance company, it cost me $40 a month to stay sane. Riddle that. And it's because the medications, like all my two medications are like 400 something. before insurance, and so that whole bill has to be submitted to insurance, and insurance only covers what they deem necessary, so then it gets knocked down to $360. But because it was submitted to insurance, I can no longer use a coupon or anything on it. Like, I can't do anything else with it unless it's just another supplemental insurance. Versus if I don't submit it to insurance and I just go find a coupon, it's like $40. Like, no shit, I've gone to the pharmacy and forgot my coupon, and they looked it up for me, and it was like $40, like $36.99 or something. It's just crazy. I kind of feel that unless you have like chronic health conditions. Like, I know a lot of people who have chronic health conditions who have to go to the doctor absolutely regularly, in which case I don't know. I think you're using insurance well. But I think insurance companies bank on people like me who don't regularly use the insurance because I don't regularly go to the doctor, where they're just like banking on my constant payments and nothing ever happening to me. And then when something does happen to me, they don't pay it anyways. It doesn't make sense. Vyvanse is anything brand name is ridiculously expensive. I'm glad my job gave me good insurance, though I'm honestly worried about my job since I work in audio, but I know my rights and will fight for them. 100%, you're getting a cochlear implant, like, what the fuck? They can't fire you because of a catastrophe that happened to you. We had a guy in my boot camp who had a very rare disorder, and he straight up went blind. We thought he was faking, but dude was legit blind. Oh my god, that's so scary. No shit, V, that is beautiful. I have TRICARE through the hubs. My last prescription cost me 52 cents. That's sexual. Everyone should price check their drugs at the Costco pharmacy too. You don't have to be a member to use it, and they're often cheaper than any place. 100%. They're literally like on par with this. I can't remember what's the website. You guys told me about the website. It's like, it's not like 1-800-meds or whatever. RX dot, what is the website? I have it saved on my fucking phone. GoodRx. You guys are the ones that taught me about this when I quit my job at the hospital and no longer had insurance. You guys were like, go to GoodRx and look for your meds. Guaranteed they're probably on there. And genuinely, they always are. I'm on very, like, you know, not obscure or whatever. American healthcare insurance. Even car insurance and homeowners insurance, I don't disagree with you. It all feels that way. How dare you use this service we promised that you pay us for? Exactly. And the fucking kicker is half the time it's some AI machine just mass rejecting claims. Doesn't matter what they say because they bank on you not fighting it, which is gross. I found the cheapest places to get your prescription is at the grocery store. It's literally the only reason I step foot into Publix. That's where I go. I go to the grocery store, like Walmart or something. Their pharmacy, like their coupons, they usually have another coupon they can put on it, and sometimes my meds are even cheaper. But it is truly crazy, like, with insurance, what it costs to be sane-ish. It's that, but it's like a mix of it. No, it's so weird, Vex. This is from Faded Friday. It's Doechii, Doechii, anxiety, but it's like the somebody I used to know beat in the background. It's very confusing. My brain gets very confused. Health insurance isn't even a shitty capitalist thing. Like, at least in theoretical capitalism, you get the product you pay for, and you're not wrong. My insurance is insanely good, but it's also from a hospital. You know what's crazy? The hospital insurance I had at Flange Jopkins was the worst insurance I've ever had in my life. Like, they didn't cover anything psychological at all, or dental at all. Vision was like a pair of glasses every 15 years or something. Like, it was kind of a joke. Like, if you went to Jopkins itself for anything, it was great. But if you had to go to anything outside of Jopkins, there's no dentist in Jopkins. So they don't care. There's no vision in Jopkins, so they don't care. But, like, for instance, a friend of mine got breast implants at Jopkins, and it was covered. Another girlfriend of mine got an abortion on her lunch break, and that was covered. I'm very pro-choice, by the way. I'm not against that. I'm just saying, like, anything that, like, Jopkins does is almost covered at 100%. But if it's anything general health-wise outside of Jopkins, you better suck a dick. It ain't covered. And you're borderline paying paying like, you know, fees like I do, not having a classic employer or whatever. It's great if it's something in the hospital, but outside of the hospital, a service they don't provide, they literally just deem it unnecessary. It's weird. I know, but my insurance at all the other hospitals I ever worked at was fucking phenomenal. Yeah, it was great. It was normal health insurance, like normal medical health insurance. Like growing up with my mom working as a respiratory therapist, we always had really good insurance. I basically pay $100 for a month for health insurance, and all my meds are combined are like $40. That is so nice. Basically pay 100. Wait. On your lunch break, I'd at least get a half day. That's what we said. She was a hardcore bitch. I don't know. She's crazy. Vision and dental are not generally included in health insurance. They are not. They're usually massive extra charges, in my experience. Fortunately, not in the US, but for meds in the US, I've heard of Mark Cuban's website, Cost Plus Drugs. I don't know how that compares to GoodRx. GoodRx is amazing. I haven't found anything cheaper than GoodRx. Like, it literally takes my meds from $400 and something to $30 something. It's wild. Wild how good those coupons work. And genuinely, I've like gone to the pharmacy before and forgot to look it up. And just, you know, general social anxiety, just been like, oh, whatever, I'll just pay the $400 just I want to leave. And the girl at the counter is like, absolutely not. And she gets on her computer and looks up the coupon for me. They're so nice about it. I work for USPS. My insurance is luckily insanely good. The deductible is covered by my HRA. I've not paid a cent for anything but the plan for the two of us at a total of just over $100 a month. That's really nice. Never let that go. I was run off the road by a driver taking a blind corner too wide and fast. I was fine when my car took some damage from a rock and tree. Fuck. Basically, rock ripped open some metal on the outside and the tree bent the passenger side wheel out of place. Oh my God. When the car came to a stop, I filled a police report, was found not at fault entirely, but my insurance still went up. Oh, 100%. That's happened to my insurance. I mean, it hasn't gone up in years and years, but anytime anything's happened to me by someone else, it doesn't matter. Like, it just goes up. Or like, for instance, insurance won't cover anything in your car that's not in a manufacturer's position. I don't know how to describe that. So when I was in college, I had upgraded the sound system in my car because I like music. Who's shocked by that? Wanted to hear it really well. Put in some nice Bose speakers and I had like an amp screwed into my back seats and I had a sub back there and it was all gutted out of my car on Valentine's Day, like stolen. And it was horrible and insurance covered not $1 of it, not even the deck. Because even though the deck was in a manufacturer's position, it had fire wire or whatever they called it back in the day. The big chunky wires that came off and went to a sub and they said all of that was not manufacturer position. But it was like these people literally just tore the cords up through the middle of my car. So like my console was ripped up. My seats in the back were ripped up, ripped in half. Like literally they just tore the amp off of the back of the seats. Like took the felt and, you know, particle board or whatever the fuck was in there with it. And insurance did nothing. Nothing. It was garbage. It was such a weird moment for me because I was so young and so naive and so still like, insurance will do it. This is fine. Insurance protects you when you're broken into and assaulted. Nothing. Nothing. If you've heard the story of how I had to identify a cop in the woods, or a person in the woods at 2 a.m. that was surrounded by dogs and covered in blood, that was the result of that. Like me calling the cops, my car broken into. A few weeks later, noticed someone is up in my parking lot with like 5 trunks popped. Me call 911. Hey, I think the same guy's up here breaking into people's cars. 2 hours later, get a call by cops. I am drunk, by the way. I'm a college student. 2 a.m. and they're like, hey, we need to ID this guy. Drive me into the woods after joyriding me all over the city like fucking weirdos in a sarong and a tank top because 2 a.m. and I was in bed. And then they drive me into the woods where there's this guy on his knees, cuffed, shirt torn up, covered in blood, surrounded by dogs. They're like, and he's like, I need an ID on that. And I'm like, no. And he goes, well, what can you tell me? I'm like, I guess the guy in the car, by the cars had a white shirt on. I need an 80% so we can arrest this guy. No. Fuck cops. Fuck them. Just shitty. He tried so hard to get me to ID. There was no way. I never saw the person in the woods face, for fuck's sake, let alone covered in blood on the ground, cuffed. I'm not buying into your macho cop shit like, oh yeah, just ID him so we can put away this horrible human. Fuck you, dude. A fun tidbit, if you live in an area that has a lot of accidents, your insurance will go up as well. Oh, really? Just because you're considered high risk. Hello, Celestial. I hope you're doing well, Honeybean. My Microsoft insurance is amazingly good. I barely saw a bill when I had my drug reaction and was on short-term medical leave for a few months. You're lucky. Insurance aren't for helping people. They're there just to take money. That's what I feel like it is. I don't know, but that's what it feels like. The download is done. I was just going to say we should take a break and then play some games. Cheers. No, because you're in an area that's considered high risk, because they think you in that area will get you into an accident. Okay. Dude, that's what I wanted to say. I was literally like 19 years old. I was a baby. I didn't know anything. Literally, cop asked you to ID a random dude. Or, and hear me out here, you could fuck your own face. Sounds about as fun. Get to it, motherfucker. Yeah, no, 100%. Okay, break time. I have to pee. Stretch your legs, get a coffee, load a bowl, do what you need to do, and then we're going to play. I think probably beat Borderlands pre-sequel, if not actually get to start Borderlands 3 today, which is super exciting. So that's it. I'll be right back. And then we'll jump into Discord. Don't let me forget. I'm going to open it. I'm opening it now. Discord and play some games. Yeah? You going to be a dick about it? I'm sorry. Why does it say the pre-sequel has another download? Is this a yoke? Okay, I guess it's not done. Huh. It was done. No, it was done, and now it's saying it has 10 minutes. Maybe it's that was downloading, and maybe now it's installing? What the fuck? It's only 10 minutes. It's nothing. It's just fucking annoying. Unpacking the files. Yeah, that's what it's doing. That's okay. It'll probably take me as much time to change category and shit. Fucking A. I wish Steam told you what was the actual game and was installation of said game. Same. Why didn't it just do it all at once? That's the weird part. It stopped doing everything. It was like, oh, we're done. And then I went to the game and it said install. And I was like, I'm sorry. Didn't you just fucking do that? Ma'am? It's fine. Alright, anywho. I know. Steam, she's great, but what a questionable character sometimes. She drives me crazy. I'm excited to see these characters in BL3 because I genuinely don't know who they are. I'm wondering who's going to play what when everyone gets to BL3. I'm sure Katie won't play my favorite character from it, but I think Vissy might. Interesting. I don't even know the characters, I don't think. I don't think I've played BL3. I'm kind of excited. I was excited to play this too, but it's... It's literally only 6 gigabytes. Like, fucking what? Fucking what is going on? So, how's everyone doing? I guess I could open Discord. I don't want a quest from you, Discord. I don't need a quest from you. Sup, nerds?
Hey, what's up?
Yep. That was a noise. BL3 is actually my favorite one, but damn, does it have problems? Don't tell me that. I mean, I already have suspicions based on the fact that it's 95 gigs. Like, that just makes me think there's going to be exponentially more me sitting in the back of a car. Because all they probably did is make the maps bigger and worse.
Yeah,
Fuck
I'm really
faces.
curious. I'm really curious how much bullshit they put in that game.
I'm just
This
tired of
90
sitting in the back of a car for no reason, man.
You can always drive.
I hate that too. I just want to shoot shit. Stop making me get in a car.
You can drive while you shoot.
At what?
Enemies, I don't run them over.
The pointless
Think we-
enemies that they put in the middle of the map to make you think you're doing things when you're not doing anything?
Yeah, them. Besides,
No.
we said you were going to
I'm
you're
a
going
middle
to
child.
drive
I
at
know
least
better
one
than
area.
that. No, wait, what? I already did. I already drove one area. It was terrible.
No, you have to do it in 3.
No. Why?
Just goes. And don't use the middle kid card, because I'm a middle kid too.
So then the fuck? Why don't you get it?
I do get it. I just don't worry about it.
What? Okay, so the game is 95 gigs and it's 23 hours to play. Yeah, it's just
What
gonna
the
be
fuck did
some
they-
big stupid map, right?
Is there like a giant fucking video of just like
Map.
a stripper or something in the map? Is the
You
map
know,
a stripper?
95 gigs, 23 hours. That is ridiculous.
if it tells you anything, it's my least favorite of the series.
I
Mhm.
believe you. Like, literally, what I'm just guessing is it's going to be massive maps with nothing to do, and us just crawling across them forever. Fuck.
Ooh, we got to do the. I forgot about the shared thingy.
Oh, the game's not even done. Don't worry about it. It, like,
Wait, what?
finished, and then fake finished, and now it's re-downloading. Oh, yeah, it's great. We're having a really
The
good time right now.
pre-sequel.
Yep.
Ah,
All 6.5 gigabytes of it, excuse me. Like, oh my god, how many hours have we played this game and it's only 6 gigabytes? Fuck. Fuck.
Let's see. 22
Yeah.
hours?
We played 22 hours of this one. Shut the fuck up.
oh
The next game's literally 23 hours and 90. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I don't think it, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the DLC is part of it. I just have Borderlands 3. I don't have like a special edition.
Let's see. Let's go to the store page.
I will say there are a lot of videos like cutscenes. There are quite a few cutscenes, and they're a little bit
That's why.
longer. They're a bit longer than this one.
That'll be
Busy,
interesting.
you played the game. Would you say there's a lot of exposition in this game?
What do you mean by exposition?
Yeah,
Well,
that's.
Bullshit talking.
Oh yes.
In pre-sequel?
No, in 3.
Mm-mm.
I was gonna say, I feel like pre-sequel has the least dialogue
Mhm.
of all the games.
Right.
Yeah.
Other than Jack. I was talking about that earlier. Like, I feel like we're just always trying to just level up to get back to Jack because he's the most interesting character so far out of all the games we've played. Like, other games have, you know, like Tiny Tina or Torg or like just standout characters. And this one, I can't think of one character in the whole game other than Jack that has stood out to me as like, oh, cool.
So the
Yeah.
only thing that came with this game for DLC is the season pass. And I don't have that.
I don't either. At least it doesn't say it. I don't want to click it because I'm just letting this says it has 3 minutes and this is gonna be
I
done. I
haven't
don't want to
played-
fuck with it.
Tiny Tina yet, so I don't know anything about that one.
Oh, didn't we already run into Tiny Tina?
She means the video game.
Oh no, I
game.
just mean like out of all the other the games we've played so far, she's like a character that stood out so much that they actually made a game based around her. But have they ever made a game based around anybody in pre-sequel?
Nope.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Like Torg has
Yeah.
his own DLC, like the Torg Arena or whatever. Like there's just really cool characters that stand out in all the games other than this one.
I like Tiny Tina as a character. I don't know about the game.
She's
yet
fun.
because it's just different. I think it's a different type of game too, right?
It is.
Like,
It
it's
plays like
not-
a D&D game, and so I didn't have very much fun playing it solo. I think it's going to be a lot more fun with you two.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
I think just playing it with more people is going to be a lot more fun. Like I played it I think one day And then I was like, I don't really see where, I don't, like, it's cool, but I don't have anyone to laugh at stuff with, you know, like, it just kind of felt flaccid. I love Moxie, but Moxie's introduced in what, 1?
Yeah.
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 And in this
yeah.
game, I mean, she's not even a vendor. Like, she literally is taken out of the game halfway through, and you don't see Moxie anymore because she's against you or whatever, and they take her out of the bar. So, like, you can go to Moxie's bar right now, there's no Moxie. So, like, they kind of, I don't know, this game feels like a punch in the nuts. They take all the best characters and kind of just...
They kind of put us on the bad guy's side.
They did. They put us on the bad guy side, which is cool, but the only cool bad guy is Jack.
Right. Even
And
his
he's a
boss
very
is
cool
a
bad
dick.
guy. Yeah.
Not even a cool dick.
No, not an interesting dick. Like, at least Jack is interesting and has, like, kind of a sympathetic backstory, I guess you would say, right?
Kinda, and also kinda no, because you sort of see him turn into the piece of shit he wasn't too.
Yeah, you can kind of see that he had the propensity for it.
Yeah.
In 3, she sat at a bar. That's how it is in pre-sequel. Like, I'll go to the bar where she should be, but there's a quest you do, and because we're the baddies, she's, like, hidden now away from us or something like that, and we're, like, gonna go find her or something. But she's not in her bar for half the game. So you can't go to her bar and see her right now. She's not there. But it is her bar. She has her bar set up. It's just interesting. Not even a full dick.
I sent the invite if you see it.
Mm-hmm.
I know you wanted to probably wait till your download was done.
No.
But
I can do this now.
okay.
Yeah, because it's there and I'm not going to ignore it if it's actually going to fucking work.
Also, I feel bad about missing movie night last night, but I also wanted to stab an ice pick in the side of my face for most of the night. So I was like, it's probably best that I don't watch this movie with a blinding headache.
Boo,
And
I'm sad you had a headache.
Kind of like once I was watching, like trying to watch that pre movie or video, whatever, and it just kept getting worse the longer I was looking at the screen. I was like, I don't think I can do this.
I've definitely had headaches like that where it's just like there's nothing you can do, but sitting in sound and light is the worst.
Yeah.
Okay, I accepted it. I think if you hit share chat, it'll work.
It was, yes, I'm loading my grinder. Tamitha hit me.
Oh my god, you're on Grindr now? She made a joke. Cheers. It says 11 seconds. Cross your dicks. Please actually be done this time.
Okie dokie, I think it's working. I'm grinding up the last of my lilac diesel.
Download complete. It just said you better actually be complete.
Smells so good.
I heard the delete. You better work, you fucking cock ass. Nobody has the patience for you.
So you downloaded both 3 and the pre-sequel?
Yes. I downloaded 3 like days ago when you reminded me. That was the funny part. And then just, I think because it took so long because it was 95 gigs, my brain was like, oh yeah, you downloaded everything you need. But you know how my computer bricked? So I had none of my games and I just didn't fucking... Yeah. It's extracting files and stuff. It's doing all the first time run up shit.
Oh, now I'm smoking lilac diesel. Fucking love lilac diesel. Cheers.
I was talking about that the other day. Did I tell you I found my favorite strain, Gax Smoothie, again?
No.
Yes, I got a full half ounce of it, and I think I have to go back and get more, because it's literally one. It's like that and Lilac Diesel are the 2 strains I know by name that I genuinely look for. And
I've never seen Gax Smoothie.
It's such a weird name. It's GAK space MSMOOVIE, like Gack Smoothie. But man, it's just like one of my favorite highs. It's just like the perfect euphoric, not sleepy, not anxious.
Yeah,
all right, I'm starting the game. Cross everyone's dicks.
See that at all? Anywhere. That's interesting.
It's so. I've only seen it. I mean, I hadn't seen it in literally like over a year since the last time my dispensary had it.
I mean, it was a while since I saw
Yeah, it was fun.
I think most of the Borderlands games, correct me if I'm wrong, don't they have like a what is it? It's the Game Plus or whatever, where you like
Yeah, New Game Plus.
Yeah, New Game Plus. Oh my god. Borderlands 3 is doing the thing where it's installing the downloaded files now.
Oh, yeah, I should probably do that.
Make sure your guys' isn't doing what mine is doing immediately. God.
I just popped up with a running an installation script, but it went away.
Why? I'm
Crispy,
just...
did you hop in the Discord yet? So I can drag you in?
Yeah, if you just hop into literally any of the other voice chats, Vis can drag you into this one. We just make it so, you know, nobody can jump into this one unless it's one of the mods because of that horrible incidents. My game is doing the thing where it's saying it's going to take 20 minutes to install the files.
Don't forget to change your category.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, I haven't even tested mine.
What files, though?
I don't know. It has 2 bars. It says like downloading data and then installing files. And the downloading data's done, and then it says installing files, time remaining, which I just don't understand why that doesn't do it when I fucking install and download the game. Like, how come it does it when I hit play? Right? That's not weird of me to wonder, right?
No.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to change my category, but we're still going to get into this. I don't know. It might be 20 minutes, in which case, I mean, if you guys can go late, I can go late. We'll just go a little bit late and get more of the game in, because it's fucked. I want to at least get a couple cutscenes of coffee plants. Ooh, fuck yes. I got Liberian beans and dwarf Arabic.
Words.
Are hard.
Arabica. Help. Why'd my brain get stuck like a record just then? Okay, I guess I'll play some music. I'm sorry about this minor. I don't know why I'm wondering if there's a setting in my Steam, because you know how I break the computer and this is a brand new download of Steam. I wonder if there's a setting in there that's doing this. Like not installing the game until I press play. Downloads. No. That's, yeah. Throttle downloads while streaming.
They put a lot of settings in this game.
Oh, yeah.
Good settings.
Visuals. Yeah, they're better.
I know. I hate that it's doing this. I can't find a setting in there that's doing this weird.
Limited frame rate.
Yeah. Nothing under downloads. Nothing under storage.
Where are you, Crispy?
It wouldn't be in that. It wouldn't be in that. Wouldn't be in that. Wouldn't be in that. What the fuck? Oh. I mean, it's only 20 minutes. She says.
I would just jump into shh, and then I'll pull you in.
Why does this game have 2 motion blurs settings?
Oh, I hate
Yeah.
that.
Very
Rudy.
strange.
Mucho's strange, and I hate it. Who wants
Mhm.
that?
Not I, says the knives.
Let me see. It wouldn't games, no. Let me look at my settings. Again. Broadcast music, remote play, voice, none of that. It would be like, it would have to be in downloads, and there's just no option that has anything to do with download versus install. I'd say clear my cache, but literally I've downloaded 3 games. I'm baffled by you, computer. I am baffled.
Where'd he go? We need to edit it? I saw him and then he disappeared.
Email.
Just-
No, I don't want that. Cloud, whatever.
He might have
fuck
gotten
that.
disconnected. I don't see him anywhere.
I don't see him
Storage.
either.
Hmm. I don't know. I guess we just wait 20 minutes forever.
Did they make Amara hotter in this game? I feel like I remember her being like
What?
almost
Okay.
butchy.
Let me edit the.
Butch can be hot.
No, it can. I might be mixing characters together.
I
in
saw
how
him
they
in
looked.
Shush, and then he disappears. And then he reappears, and then he disappears. I don't know why that's happening. Are you on mobile and you're turning your phone off? Because if you're on mobile, you might need to keep it open. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, you saw that. You saw the appear, disappear. Me too.
Okay, now try and just get into that one. Crispy, just go into the game chat. You should be able to just enter.
Someday this game's going to install. It's going to happen for us.
Like, is it actually just saying install?
It says installing files. Estimated time between 20 and 26 minutes.
Ah.
It's fluctuating back and forth.
There we go.
And it's not doing anything in regards to like moving or like a bar or anywhere.
It's gone from 39 to 41%. So it's doing something.
Okay.
And the download's done. Then the download's the huge part. That's the 95 gigs. I'm just pissed. Like, why did I don't know. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm living. It's fine. I'm not mad. I'm fine. Tell me about the game. Narrate it. Is it awesome?
Do I enable or disable the crossplay? Disable?
I mean, we're all on PC, right?
Yeah, we don't need that on.
Okay.
I don't think we need crossplay. I hope not, because god damn, that was so rough the other day with Zeke. Oh my god. The fucking lag on that crossplay was a nightmare. I hated it. I was really unhappy.
Yeah.
Like almost a full second, I had to kind of like guess what was going to happen, kind of, and I was jumping early on stuff. It felt like playing an old Mario game. Are you? Oh, great. Well, to be honest, and I mean, this is nothing. I mean, it's going to be great for us. It's bad for the person on PlayStation.
I fucking disabled that setting.
Well, sorry.
No, I found where it was again. I turned it on.
Where is it at?
Network and social.
For me on PlayStation, the crossplay, I mean, it's cute that they're trying, but crossplay doesn't seem to be worth it. I mean, it does not worth it. It doesn't seem to be there yet. When I was trying to play, the crossplay seemed
It's there for shooters.
But like, why? How is that so?
Playing.
If there's all that lag, because isn't that the one place people are gonna really bitch about lag? Isn't it a shooter, like CS:GO or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would chalk that up to the developers and their netcode in regards to PS5 server to Steam.
Am I missing it?
Those are words you strung together.
Where did the thing go? I don't see it in social. I see social.
Okay, so go to options, network and social, and then it's the second option down.
I'm just watching it
Network
install.
and social.
It's no longer jumping to 26 minutes though. It's at 20 to
Crossplay.
22 minutes. So we should be done by 2/4. We're having a good time. I love when it's got to be a setting in there because none of this never happened before I reinstalled Steam and everything. I just got to figure out what the fucking setting is that's doing this. We hates, is it? That's true. We could load bowls. I need to clean mine a little bit. Where are my Q-tips? Disgusting. Disgusting. This bowl is so resiny. Disgusting. Oh my god. Yuck. I cleaned that at the beginning of the stream too. That's just today. I think this weed I got is just like really sticky or something, or fresh, and I feel like it gums up my bowl way faster than normal. Vis, tell us about the new puppy.
Oh my goodness, she's absolutely adorable.
Does she complete your
And
family in your life? How are the other dogs doing with her?
doing well. They play.
Is it better? Because at first they were very like, this is a lot of energy, Mom.
A lot better.
Does she still
A
try to
lot
take their
better.
toys?
Oh no, now they try and take her bone because she has a specific puppy Benny bone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. We had the same problem when Millie was alive. The dogs wanted her senior food. And I was like, bitch, that is expensive. Back off.
How am I supposed to change characters?
I have approximately 19 minutes and 38 seconds until I can tell you that.
This is your first time though, so you're gonna have the same issue I'm having.
True,
For
yeah.
screens.
Yep, that's very true. This is my first time. I mean, this is the first time I ever installed. I can't believe it's 95 gigabytes. And just, like, the playtime is exactly the same length as the 6 gigabyte game we just played.
I know, right?
I, like, genuinely can't wrap my head around that.
Jesse, can you tell me about the settings in this
We
game and why they're so weird?
Crispy,
No.
if you
What?
go into your
What?
settings of Discord and make sure your input and output are actually what they're supposed to be, because we're not hearing you at all. You're not even lighting up like you're talking.
You may also be on push to talk.
You also might be on. I mean, Discord's a
Oh.
piece of shit, and there may be many
Oh.
things going on. But that's usually it's the input output tends to be
Hi. You
whatever.
You feeling better?
Me.
I feel like one of my dogs heard you because I heard them rustle. Like they heard the goo goo gaga voice, and they were like, "Yes, I'm still a puppy."
That voice is for me. Hello, little Ellie.
Because it's Sunday, and Sunday always goes by like that. Yeah, you have to like go and make sure your input is the mic, whatever you're using. If you're on mobile, I think it auto does it, and then your output is whatever your headphones are or whatever. But they have that in there. And then on the bottom of the screen, there'll be like that little microphone with an arrow, and you can set your microphone in your headphones, or you can mute them. They might, if they have a red X or a white X through them, then they're not working. There's so many stupid settings in there. You have so much time. Don't worry about it. You have approximately 18 minutes and 56 seconds. No, it doesn't show him muted and oh, it does now. It shows him muted and deafened. Yeah, it shows you muted and deafened. But you are not muted and deafened by us.
No,
so at the
ma'am.
bottom of your screen where there's a microphone and a headphones, it means you don't have an input or an output. So, oh, now you're not muted or deafened. But it's still your circle doesn't light up like you're talking at all. Which leads me to believe it's got to be like whatever in your settings, your input and your output is, your audio settings in Discord. It's so complicated. I hate audio shit.
Crispy, what are you using to connect to Discord? Are you on your PC? Or are you using your PS5?
And you do. You know what?
On your
That's
laptop?
area.
What are you using to connect? Like, what are you using for voice on your laptop?
Come here, sweetheart. Oh, ow! Right in the face. Right in the
Oh,
face.
she's a Lilith.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Muppet paws.
Here we go. Oh, hi, sugar. Hi. You big girl. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the kisses. Yeah. Oh, hello, just my sweet girl. Okay.
And they have a
Hi.
microphone on the laptop. So if you If you just set everything to default, that should work.
Oh, my sugar.
Yeah, that's not. I don't know anything about.
And
I
at the
don't know
same
why it
time,
would.
based on the laptop you have, maybe it might be like a Mac. The settings are really dumb to where you have to sort of like allow the program to be able to use the mic, which is stupid.
That sounds
Like a
stupid.
worm. Lord Almighty. It's like all of a sudden, okay, I'm done. Let's go.
Yep.
Dives away.
You might also. I was looking through the settings. There's that the noise suppression or whatever. The what is it? The like noise gate filter thing that Discord has. It might be too high for you talking into a laptop. I don't know. I don't know, because it blocks out my dogs, which is crazy because they are so loud, but it sounds like it's pretty strong, that gate.
Oh my goodness. Pumpkin.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
happen to have a pair of headphones or earbuds that have a mic on it, do you?
I'm looking.
What a sweetheart. You're my baby girl. You're the baby now. Man. Oh, goodness gracious. You make me look smaller than I am. You know that? Well, I guess I am.
Vissy, I never actually asked, what did you name your new puppy?
Ellie. Ellie. Like, few places, but Borderlands, Ellie, and
Mhm.
Chuck.
Yep.
Ellie. Oh,
I'm trying to think why yours would light up in Discord on your end, but not for us. Because that means you're able. I mean, what the fuck does that mean? Because when I talk, I light up. When Knives talks and Vissy talks, they light up. Yeah.
Let's see.
I don't understand why that would. But we got plenty of time. Don't worry. It's 15 minutes still. This is not. It's not like we're. I want to figure this out because I'm just baffled by it. Why is Discord like this? And your input and your output.
You know what it might be? You may not have that mic as the default communication device in your settings if you're using like a Windows PC or laptop.
Mm-hmm. The settings with your PC or laptop has to be the same as Discord, I think.
We thought the same thing, David, but he literally muted and unmuted himself just to see if that was it, and that wasn't the problem.
Yeah, because what will happen is that if your Windows PC or your Windows settings are set to a different communication device, it doesn't matter what you have set in.
It won't. Yeah, they have to align. Your Windows input has to be the same as your Discord input.
Yes.
If that makes sense. So like where your audio input is in your PC audio settings, make sure that it's the same input in the Discord audio settings. So like mine's chat mic across the board, so no matter what, these guys have
to suffer Satan.
because that's just part of chat mic.
Haha.
Yeah. I know it's weird.
Oh, Discord issues are the worst.
They
Or
are, and they're
audio
constant.
issues.
Audio issues, right? Audio issues in general. But I've noticed that exact same thing that I've says. Like the Windows input has to be the same on Windows. Like the Windows default input has to be the same as the Discord input. Otherwise, Discord doesn't get permission to use any other input, and it sucks. Which is why a lot of streamers, unfortunately, like you hear all their sounds and shit come through on other people's soundboards or whatever. There's no other way around it. It's dumb. Computers should be smarter than this by now. Like, for fuck's sake, I have an animated desktop and they can't figure out audio. Hello? It making the... Yeah? Hi, Bubba. Did you hear the love sounds and you had to come get some? I know, I sensed you.
The sweet boy.
Yes, the sweetest boy. You're getting overtaken by the estrogen, though, bud. There's only 2 of you now.
I mean, Reese is the only boy. He's
That's
the
what I'm
biggest.
saying. It's Trick and Reese. They're the only boys in the Pood fam.
Yeah.
And then it's a whole lot of feminine energy, huh, bud?
Oh, lots of ladies.
But
Six
that's okay.
ladies.
I like ladies. I like everybody, Bob. I just love everybody. Yeah, because you're just the sweetest boy that's ever sweeted. You're the sweetest boy. Yeah. Cheers? We should cheers, yeah.
We should definitely cheers. I was loading a bowl.
Yep, I loaded a new bowl. Cheers. I can't cheers on you, bud, but then we can snuggle, okay?
Cheers.
Now we can snuggle. Oh, that's my good boy. He knows when I have my bong. He's like, no, that's not my type. I don't like that steak. Audio source is the same. Gonna try a real quick restart. No worries. Oh my god, Windows. No shit. It took me so long to get Discord to work with Windows Audio. 11. No stress.
Yeah.
He has gotten a lot better at that. He's a very patient boy. Sometimes he's still a little demanding. He does these things. I think Reese does the same thing to Vis, but he does this thing where, like, we're walking around the house, and by we, I mean I'm walking around doing things, and he's with me, and it's time to snuggle, but I'm not acknowledging it, so he just hard stops in front of me.
Yeah.
Anywhere, like if we're walking down the hall and he can tell I've been walking too long, he does like this hard curl and hard stops and looks up at me, and I'm like, okay, bud. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We can have a snuggle.
Reese just, like, stops long ways.
Yep.
Especially if Wally and I are in the kitchen together and we go to get a hug.
Yeah.
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes! Oh my god, we
Yes.
hear you!
Okay, weirdly. Hello, everyone, by the way.
Hello! Was it a
Weirdly-
restart?
No, it's weirdly using PS5's Discord worked faster. That worked. I know. I was sitting there going, why? I've been an IT person for almost 20 years, and I'm going, why can't I make this work?
I want to write a letter to Windows like, I just want to let you know a fucking console figured it out before Windows 11. Figure your shit out.
I went the Discord or like the PC route because I was almost convinced that there's no way in hell that the
That's
PS5
literally was
version
my
of it
thought.
is
That was
gonna
my
work.
thought
I'm like,
before Split Fiction bricked my computer, and then I ended up on a PS4 for 3 days. PS5, what are you?
yeah.
A PS5?
We're
Windows
a bundle
11's
of
a
emotions,
curse.
Katie. We're a
I know.
bundle of emotions,
Yes.
and now we have it working.
And my game
Please.
says 8 minutes, so...
Please crossfade. Please work. If you, I don't want to throw anything today.
I know. It's been good so
Oh,
far,
so
and I even
crossplay.
updated my drivers. Oh yeah, did you re-enable crossplay knives?
I did. There are a lot of
Okay.
settings in this game you're going to have to mess with.
Yay.
Now that you mention that, I need to make sure I have. Well, I'm pretty sure I have crossplay. I do. Okay.
When did this game come
Wow.
out? 2021?
I thought it was 19, wasn't it?
Whenever it came out, it sucked ass.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it
look
had
it
its
up. I
moments.
don't know. I love Missy though so much. This is what I mean. I was talking about this first thing this morning. We were talking about our like tentative hate watch of Borderlands, the movie. And I was like, it has to be a night when Vissy's there because her fury gives me pleasure. Like, not that I like you angry, but like your anger just forms into this beautiful
I know.
creature.
That movie is it's an experience that
Zero hopes. Zero.
Yeah.
I have zero.
It's about as much fun as like And okay, actually, I promise you've cursed more than I have now, so I feel like I can do it. It's like it's just like slamming your dick in a toilet seat. It's just
Oh,
pain.
man.
I know,
So,
right?
like
I
a
love
dentist
slamming
trip.
my dick in a fucking toilet seat. That's what I do every night before I go to
No
bed. It's like, why don't you just fucking stop?
Most people have a glass of milk, but
No spoilers, Crispy. Come on.
did I?
They only smash dicks on
Well,
the
there's
toilet
no
seats like 4 or 5 times in the movie, from what I hear.
Yeah, That's fair. Yep.
So
Only 4 or 5. 4 or 5. I don't know. I was in a bit of a fugue state when I was
The
watching it. I kind of
spoiler
blacked
is
out.
just knowing how bad it's gonna be.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, like
Oh,
how could anyone
God.
spoil that for you? You know better. You know it.
I know.
So
I'm
apparently the
already
game
so
came out in
angry.
2019.
I'm so
Okay.
angry about it. I
Yeah,
was
I was like
angry
this-
about it when it came out because it played fucking, how is it, horizontally. 2-player horizontally on the same screen. Are you
Wait,
kidding
what?
me? Yeah. 2-player was
Like-
horizontal. Like one
That's
was on
just
top of the
dumb.
other. And when my screen would open, if like I needed to open my menu, it opened on both of our screens. So like I couldn't open my menu during a battle because it would go over both of us. It
I'm
was
sad
so
about
bad.
this.
It was so bad. Yeah. No, we played it to finish it just because we loved the series, but honestly, we haven't touched it since, and so I don't remember a lot of it because fuck, it was bad.
I only know one plot point of this
Fuck.
game. And I think it happens fairly like early on.
We've got high hopes. We've got high in the pie apple sky. High in the pie apple sky hopes. You know what? I'm gonna my game says it has 4 minutes and 9 seconds. I'm gonna take my dogs out real quick while it hopefully does its thing. Take a break, whatnot, but I'm gonna leave the Discord open and shit. So if you guys want to talk to chat, please feel free and chat likewise. If you would like to ask my friends things, it is up to them whether or not they would like to ignore you. I don't know what to say here. I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
Alrighty.
Like crispy, like how you think it would be
Oh,
spelled.
you know what? It's the silliness between, again, it's Shift and PlayStation not having the same sort of. Okay.
Alphabet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alphabet soup. It's just alphabet soup. All right.
That's my third dog.
Katie, one thing we figured out is that I wasn't friends with. I guess, are we all going to join on Katie, or are we joining on Knives? Or I guess I need to have whoever we're joining on added as a friend so I can join on them, right?
You can add me as a friend. My list isn't limited.
Okay.
I think
So
I
I just need-
usually host them.
Okay.
And my game is done. Let's see if it's actually done. I'm gonna hit play really quick. Is it actually done?
You just
Where is my
downloaded the pre files
Shut
for
the
the
fuck
game.
up.
That's
Shut the fuck up.
up.
It's the amuse bouche
Not
of-
again.
of files.
Right.
Not again.
It's like the menu. You go through like 12 fucking appetizers while random shit happens, and then at the end of the movie, your PC crashes again.
No. Okay, it's
Let's-
starting.
let's
Fuck
not
all
jinx-
of you.
Let's not jinx the map. Katie,
Okay,
do you know
pull
what
up a
your
mic with me and playing games with me and just choosing to spend your waking hours with me during the week. I enjoy you, not to be mushy. Tomorrow's day off day. I expect you to take your joy and drink your water and clean your bong as usual and play good games and be nice to yourself. I will be back on Tuesday where we will be continuing Control. And if y'all could just pray for my vocal cords. We're gonna raid Vissy. Go be nice to my girl. That's literally who we've been playing with all day. I love you and I'll see you on Tuesday. Stay classy. And now you get my attention, you sweet, sweet boy.